So tiny. Hello, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to this Crochet Heart update. This is Crochet Heart project number 2, update number 2. And I am so happy to show you the progress that I am making on this sweater. But first, let me welcome in anyone that is new here to the Joy family. It is a pleasure to have you here. Welcome into this very special segment of Crochet Heart. This is a project event that has been created by Dana from Dana's Wanderlust Crochet. And I am so beyond grateful that Dana has challenged me personally to be a part of this. It has not only been a lot of fun, but I'm actually finally getting to do projects that I've always wanted to do, that I've not ever given myself an opportunity to do. And so, yeah. And if you are a returning Joy family member, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Thank you for stopping by and continuing on this journey with me as we work through this second sweater for Mr. Joyful. All right, so let's jump right into this. So first off, I think I may have added a couple more rounds to this sweater from when you last saw it. I honestly am not 100% sure. And I will tell you why I am not sure in a moment, but this is what I have. And I love, love, love these colors together. They are looking so, so nice. I have frogged this 2 other times before getting to this portion of it. And guess what? I am going to be frogging this again. The hard part is, do you see any ends there? No, because your girl has already weaved them in, and she weaves them in so well that it is going to be hard to frog it. So I will probably wait towards the end of the project and frog it if I absolutely need the yarn. If not, I will put it in my scrap bin and frog it at a later time and use it in my scrap blanket that I have not touched in a while because I have no scraps. I've been using everything. But anyway, we're going to be putting this to the side. Let me show you a couple things real quickly before I show you what I do have as an update. So take a look at this collar, because the collar on the next one that I'm about to show you does look different. I do kind of like this collar better. And the difference between this one and the other one is the other one, I didn't just do the collar in navy blue. I started the first round of the sweater in the navy blue. So the navy blue is a lot whiter than this one. But he really loves it. So I don't know if I'm going to make my sweater exactly a replica of his, or if maybe mine will start off like this and have just the collar, the yoke in that navy blue. So we shall see. Well, this whole thing is the yoke, but the collar. The other thing I want you to take note of before I show you the other one is the thing that I didn't like the most about this one is I feel like it's a little bit on the wavy side. If you look at it, see, you can see it's not like straight. It's just kind of wavy the way it's going. And I do think that that would straighten out because we're very close to beginning the armholes on this one. But you're going to see what I'm talking about. And it's very possible, if I kept going with this one, that the weight of the yarn would pull it out and it wouldn't be quite so wavy. But even if you look at my back, see how much wave and how much play is in this? I just didn't like the way it sat. And again, I think that once it's got weight to it, it's going to pull it out some, but I still think it's going to have a little bit of kinks. Now you can really see it where it's laying naturally there. You can see So that's why your girl started it over. So we're going to put this one to the side. Now, here's what I have. This is actually the front side. Not that it really matters, but anyway, see what I mean? How I took and made the neckline of this one a little bit more with that navy blue. And I do agree with him. I do like it. I like both versions really, but this one lays so much flatter. Now I can't just specifically put this one on all the way because I do have the armholes created in this one, but so it looks funky right here because the armholes are right on my shoulders. But with this one, you can see already how much flatter it lays. And so I have spent the better part of 3 days working on this and getting this, but, and I sewed in not even one end in case I had to frog again. Because when I weave my ends in, I weave them in to stay. I weave them for good. So in all of this, I actually came up with a formula, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because this formula that I've come up with will actually make it very easy to make this sweater, whether you're making it in a small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, 3X, 4X, 5X. And that formula will work. And what's so great about this formula, I'm beyond excited, is it will work with any sweater I go to make in the future, because I do prefer to make sweaters from the neck down. I do prefer to make them as one piece rather than having a front panel, a back panel, and 2 sleeves that you got to join and sew together. This will be completely done as one piece. And as you can see, I've already started the armholes. And so I'll continue making the whole body of the sweater as one piece. If I were doing this in a solid or a variegated yarn that was already variegated, then there would be no ends to weave in, because you would just keep going unless you had to change, to a new skein because you've already run out of it or cake. And then the sleeves, we will make the sleeves right on this piece. So it is all done as one piece. Now, every color that you see on this, as you know from the introduction video, is a different color of yarn in itself. So I'm creating the variegated yarn in this one. But oh my gosh, you guys, I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. This hard work has paid off. And don't let the fact that I said hard work sound like it was like something that, was just awful. It wasn't. It has been so much fun. And I'm glad that I've had the time to invest in working on this and making it work to something that not only will work for this sweater, but future sweaters. So it is the 4th attempt. It would be pure genius if I got it and was able to design this sweater in one go, but I am not a genius and don't claim to be one. But what I am is determined, and that determination has helped me get to this point that this formula is going to work. And it doesn't matter if it's, a small or a 5X sweater, the formula is going to work. Now, one of the big differences is with this one, from the very beginning round, I started with 3 stitches and then an increase. Now, if you're doing the 4-point yokes, where you do an increase at 4 points to create a square neckline to get started, you're only increasing 8 times per round. And so for this one, it's an extra large that I'm making for him. There's 120 stitches around the collar. So if I'm doing that every 4 stitches, that's a lot of increases. And so that's why I'm getting this kind of wavy look. With this one and the formula, your increases on the very first round determine what size you're doing. So, oh my gosh. And I love it. Like, again, like I said, you can see how it is already just laying so nice and flat. And it is forming how it should. So I am going to be looking for 1 or 2 people that would be brave enough and willing enough to test this pattern for me before I get it professionally made up for selling. So if you are one of those people that would be interested in trying to make this sweater when I get it done as a tester, let me know. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. But anyway, I will probably be frogging this one on somebody's play date. So, because, you know, we're not going to waste any yarn. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So now I have it set up where I'm going to go back to what I originally said when I agreed to do the Crochet Heart project, that I will only work on it 1 hour a week. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I think the hard part is done now. It's just a matter of navigating. Now, when I get to about midway of the core of the body, then I am going to decrease just a little bit so that the sweater will come back in and form a nice little fit to the waist. But oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So happy, so pleased with how this is turning out. All right, one other quick thing. As many of you know, when Dana first challenged me to be a part of this project, which is open to anyone. Crochet Heart is nothing more than working on a project that you've always wanted to work on, or working on a project that you've made before and you've wanted to make another one, but just haven't had the time. It is something that she encourages us to make and give away or for ourselves, not something for selling. But anyway, yeah, anyone can do it. So if you're working on something, when you're done, send her pictures, because I know she's planning on doing a showcase. And if you send me pictures, I will share them out on our Thursday night tea parties. But part of growing and learning is figuring out what works for you. And you guys have been so gracious to move with me from doing these updates on Tuesdays to Wednesdays. I'm going to change when the updates are going to come out one more time. And you guys, I appreciate the grace that you give me. But for those of you that are following these updates, I want you to know when they're going to come out and when to expect them. As many of you know, I work with the Joy team on Mondays during our lives on a mystery make-along project. And not only am I doing that project with them, but also, so I have my own homework for that project, but I'm also making another one where I go ahead and work up whatever we're going to do in the next live and the homework for that next live, so they can see before we get off what it should look like when they get their homework finished. That's a lot of work. And then to try and do Crochet Heart on Tuesday, Wednesdays, I'm trying to get the bulk of my crochet projects for the channel weekly done at the first half of the week. And so I need to give myself time to do the Joy team and then time to do the Crochet Heart, so that it's not a job, but it is an enjoyment. And so also on Wednesdays, it is working out for me to make Wednesdays, since it's kind of like my day off to do nothing but crochet, with my parents. And so they live an hour from me. So that's 2 hours drive time. And so I've decided that if I do my focus towards the Joy Team Mystery Make-Alongs the first half of the week, Crochet Heart the last half of the week, and then whatever I want to for enjoyment on Wednesdays and the weekend, then it gives me a balance. And so that's why I'm going to be moving these updates to Saturday. So thank you for making those changes with me. Now, I need to ask you for your forgiveness. The last 2 times we've been together, the introduction of the Joy Sweater, the update number 1 of the Joy Sweater, I kept forgetting to show you pictures of Mr. Joyful in the first project sweater. And so today I have vowed that I am not going to do that. So if you are ready, let me show you pictures in a video form of that sweater, both on the mannequin and on him. Now, when you look at it on the mannequin, I want you to understand, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, that sweater is so unproportioned. It is not going to fit him, because the sleeves look way longer than the body of the sweater, which they are slightly, but not as exaggerated as they look in the pictures. Because if you look, the shoulder of the sweaters are falling down here on the mannequin because it's a female form. It's not a male form that would have broader shoulders. So the shoulder is falling way down here. If it were up where it needed to be, then the sleeves would look right and just a little bit slightly longer than the core, because Mr. Joyful has long arms, which creates a long wingspan. But you'll see as he has it on that it fits perfectly. There is a little bit of gathering in it, but he wanted that little extra room. So anyway, second of all, when he is modeling this sweater, I have to share with y'all, it was over 100 degrees outside. He was such a trooper to do these pictures because it was really, really hot. It was not sweater weather. So I am so proud of him. He did a great job. He kept squinting his eyes though, and I kept saying, open your eyes. And he's like, the sun is in my eyes. So it was very blinding, but nonetheless, I think he did a great job. So yay to Mr. Joyful, and he loves his sweater and cannot wait to wear it. All right, here you go. All right. We have already invested in a special detergent to be able to wash that sweater, since it does have a pack of yarn in it. Again, if you are here for the first time, that sweater, all the green yarn in it is just a regular acrylic yarn in medium thyme, and the red heart medium thyme. And then the other colors, all the browns and the cream, is a pack of yarn. So we have already ordered a special detergent, or bought. We didn't order it, we bought it at the store for washing that sweater. And then of course, we'll be able to do it in the wash machine on a very delicate cycle, because our wash machine has that with that specific detergent. And then of course we will lay it flat on a sweater drying rack meant for sweaters to let it dry instead of putting it in the dryer. All right. Well, that wraps up this week. I cannot wait to come back next Saturday and show you a little bit more progress. Remember, it won't be a whole lot, just whatever I can do in that 1 hour. Dana, thank you again so much for inviting me to be a part of this. I am beyond ecstatic. At this point, Mr. Joyful is going to have 2 sweaters in 2025 that he would not have had without you challenging me to do this. On top of that, I have finally been able to design a sweater that I've always wanted to do. In fact, I have one behind the chair over here in a duffel bag that I started for myself probably about 4 years ago. So I am very, very excited to actually frog whatever that was that I have started, because I have no idea what the pattern is unless I've written something down and it's in there. And I'm hoping to take those bright, vibrant colors and make this same sweater. So yeah. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you next Saturday. Hope you have a good rest of your Saturday. Hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you around the YT streets somewhere, whether here at the Joyful House or over at someone else's house next week. All right. Take care, you guys, and have an amazing weekend. I love you. Nugs and joy. Be joyful and be the joy in everything you do.